Carl, come here, Carl. Carl, come on. Carl, come on. Go away. Go away. Go away. Come on, Carl. Come see your girl, Katniss. Come on, Carl. She's right in here. You guys can snuggle. Hi, Carl. Go in there, Carl. Their little love shack. Yay, Carl and Katniss. This is the first time Carl's been in this barn. First time Carl was in this barn, the new barn, the Compassion Hill barn. Look at how cute they are. They're best friends. Look how cute these two are. Is that your girlfriend right there? Is this your little love shack? This your little love shack? Don't leave, Carl. That's your girlfriend lives in there. Carl, come on. You got to stay in here with your girlfriend. Carl. 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 Right here, Carl. Come on, man. Carl. 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 No, he's leaving. That's it. Where you going, Carl? You want to come in this stall, Carl? You want to try this stall out? You want to try them all out? Rue's over there. I know, Katniss. Hi, Susie. Oh, we found new water up here. He's like, what's this all up here about? It's a rainy day, so I'm going to go over today's events in a little while. Just waiting for a few more people to get on. Take a breath. Carl's just getting a lay of the land up here. I know, he's got such a cute tushy. Carl, where you going, man? Come on, hang out with your girl. Come on, Carl. Come on, Carl, that's a post. That's not her, that's a post, Carl, that's a post. Carl. Come on, Carl. Carl, come on. Carl. Carl, come on. Come on, Carl. 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 What are you doing, Carl? Carl. Hi, Russell. So we still have to do a little more work, trim work. Carl, what are you doing, man? You're just standing in the rain, buddy. Yeah, I'm going to go live. I went live because I want to kind of go review my thoughts and my feelings about today. Today was a very rough day. Carl, you're going the wrong side, buddy. Where are you going, man? She's over here, Carl. Carl. Hi, Russell. Oh, there's Vivian. If you can see Vivian with her ball. I don't know where she's going with her ball right now. You can see Vivian walking with her ball. I don't know where she's going. She brings them into the pasture now. So we could see Vivian walking into the pasture now with her ball. I don't know what that's all about. She's just walking around the pasture with her ball. Carl's going back in. He's going with his queen right there. He's got his queen right there. So cute. So cute. We're testing out the new floors. I guess they work. So cute. Just go inside, Todd. Bring her inside, Todd. So cute. Who else is in here? Whoa, it sounded like the whole barn just moved. He's making his bed. Oh no, he's making his bed in there. How cute is this? Is this so cute? What are your Patreon issues? I'm sorry. There we go. Look how cute. So cute. Is that awesome or what? Look how cute this is. Is this awesome or what? So I don't know if everybody's on Patreon or what. If everybody's on Patreon that got the information, I'll try to tell the story from the beginning. It's a hard story for me. You know, the situation is super hard for me to discuss. So I'm going to try to get through it as best as possible. So if you are on Patreon or you've been following the lives this week, it's been a really hard week. We've been working on this rescue. I'll do it from the beginning. So please don't ask questions. And if you just jumped on, hush and let me get through the story. So it's a really hard story to tell because, like I said, I don't know if you're on Patreon or you've been watching us live all week, but we've been working on a rescue in Alabama. And it was a really hard situation. And so I just want to kind of tell everybody, hi, Dad. I just want to tell everybody what happened, the true details of the story, you know, because it's hard to tell on a Patreon post. It's hard to tell in videos and pictures. And so I want to tell you from my perspective and everything emotionally. So please just respect the fact that I'm telling a story and let that go, you know, and let me get through the story because it's been a really hard, shocking day. And I've been more or less in numb today to the situation. And so, you know, so I was, you know, I think the really, really crazy individual hard cases, you know, because of our experience in the past with dealing with the sanctuaries, we don't really get involved with the large scale rescues because we don't have the facilities like that to take in 10, 20, 30 animals at a time. So more or less the smaller, hard individuals come to us. And, you know, the ones that are going to be special needs, the ones that are going to need expensive emergency care, expensive hospitalization because of our relationship with Cornell and our ability to get that stuff taken care of. So we get the information about hard rescues. And I don't think a day goes by that I'm not surprised by the amount of animal abuse, neglect, and just out and out rage that people take on animals and they abuse them and enjoy abusing them. And so we were contacted about a pig in Alabama that was locked in a silo for 3 years. So they got her as a piglet, and the I guess dogs attacked her. Dogs attacked her, ripped her shoulder apart. They put her in a silo to protect her. They put her in a silo to protect her. They just left her in the silo. They didn't consistently feed her, water her. They would bring her water once in a while. She'd knock over the water, so they stopped bringing her water. so we were sent pictures, and it was like freaking Alabama, which I'm like, okay. I think I use my Waze app so much when I see a rescue. I jump on a Waze and I see how far, and I'm looking, it's like 16 hours. I'm like, I was talking to Jesse from Four Hearts, and I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm going to figure this out, and I'm going to get there. And I was going to get, and it was too hard to take the truck and the trailer. It would take long. It had been like 35 hours round trip. And so I was trying to rent a van here, and it wasn't going well because they wanted like too expensive. So finally, my boots on the ground in Alabama found a one-way rental that I can drive back here. So I booked a flight at a Newark airport, booked a plane, and I did this all personally. I paid for all this personally, not to stress out the sanctuary. So I paid for it personally. So I booked the flight, booked the hotel, booked the van, and was all set. Now, they weren't allowing, the owners of the property and supposedly the owner of the pig were two different people. So they wouldn't allow, they were too worried about them getting trashed, so they wouldn't allow, and this was going on for like a couple of days. They wanted to bring her food and water. They refused to let her. They said you can only bring two people on the property to take her off the property. You can only come Saturday. So we had our friend Tammy out there and a vet go and get her out. You couldn't have a lot of people in the silo because the silo's floor was rusting out. So so I was stupid, and this is where, when I say that I learned from every rescue, this is where my mistake was made, and I felt like I should have flew out Friday night, but it was a one-way ticket. And it's going to Alabama. There's no direct flights. I mean, I feel like I'm complaining about my end, which is horrible because a pig lost its life. But I had to be able to manage here, leave Christina here, and she's completely capable of running the place 100%, but I didn't want to overstretch her. I had tours booked, which doesn't matter. Someone could have done the tours, not complaining. So I decided, okay, so I do everything by the book. So I had a vet go. We had a vet, and the vet had to get, I needed certified papers to get cross state lines. So if you are following a rescue and there is situations of emergency, but just so you know, it is illegal to cross state lines with an animal that you don't have his health certificate, and that's to protect the state from getting any new diseases. So you want to make sure that the animal doesn't have any diseases, and so you don't cross state lines. And I was crossing so many state lines. If you cross one state line, you're able to do it somehow, and it's not the most legal thing because if it gets out there, you can be in a lot of trouble. They can confiscate the animal and they can euthanize the animal. So I said, I cannot take this animal without a health certificate. I need to cross state lines. I need this to do everything by the book. And so get a vet there, get me a health certificate. They went, they were on the property for a couple hours. They got her out of the silo. They had to build a ramp system because it was raised in the air. And this was on Saturday. And again, my regret is not going Friday night and running the rescue myself. And this is just years of experience in knowing how to take care of a situation. I am not trashing anybody. Tammy did a great job on the ground, boots on the ground. I'm just kind of a control freak in those situations. I've been in really traumatic, crazy, chaotic situations before, and I'm able to keep my cool and get things happening and make things happen. I'm proud of myself for that, and that's the experience I bring to a situation, and being able to control an animal that's uncontrollable. And that's what I'm happy with myself and love my experience in that. But what brought me to that experience was a lot of trauma. So, So they got her off the property. They got it to this woman's Tammy's house. And unfortunately, she was so dehydrated, she went into kidney failure and died. I am absolutely gutted and devastated. I was, I had this whole plan in my head. It was, Christina was working on all the arrangement at the hotel, make sure I had food all along the way, packed in a bag. I was ready to go. My flight was ready. I was leaving for the airport. Gene was picking me up at 10 o'clock to take me to the airport. Everything was all set. Van, hotel. and I'm getting alerts from the plane that's taking off and shit, and I'm freaking out. And I got a call last night. So they said the vet was calling back at 10 o'clock with the results for the health certificate last night. And I said, listen, I got to try to get some sleep. Just call me. And I just leave a message, text me, but I got to try to get some sleep because I'm not going to sleep. The trip was going to be about 16 hours by myself. I was trying to organize it where I left there and I would stop for hours here and there. So I got to Cornell first thing in the morning on Tuesday morning. So I'm sorry. I'm just telling you, I'm going the slow way to the story. So I'm sorry if it's just, I've been numb all day. I cried a lot this morning, cause I've been working on logistics of other rescues at the time. This was happening and we had several rescues going on this week that we were just involved in organizing and stuff like that. So I got the message this morning she was gone, and I kind of just felt like I knew it. And there's things I might have done differently, but when I'm not boots on the ground and I'm not the one who is organizing the situation, I have to give my control over to someone else, who Tammy did a very good job, really did. No, we talk about this, and this is where I may piss a couple of people off, where, and animal control doesn't care. They eat animals. People that eat animals. If you out there and you're eating pork and you had bacon, egg, and cheese this morning, you have no right to be sad about this situation. You really don't. This is how your meat is raised. This is how there's not this big happy place that, pigs are raised and it's a beautiful place with flowers and, gumdrops and sunshine, and it's a beautiful place. And when they're ready to go into the slaughterhouse, they're given a flower and they go to sleep silently, and it's a beautiful thing, and they're happy to go in. They dance in the slaughterhouse, and it's a beautiful life. They love it. They're like, we're going to give our life to bacon. We're going to give our life to pork chop. It's a beautiful world. You have no right to be upset if you had bacon for breakfast. And I am losing followers on here. I'm losing people, and they're dropping like flies because people don't want to hear the honest truth. If you had bacon, egg, and cheese for breakfast, you have no right to be upset. You really don't. This is how your meat is treated. Again, this is not like this world where these animals go dancing into the slaughterhouse and they're so happy to give up their life so you can have 2 seconds of bacon in the morning. So it's just so frustrating because, why thank you for your support. And, you don't have to be vegan to follow me or support me. But in these situations, you can never know how I feel. Like, you can't know how I feel. You can't understand how I feel unless you're not eating these animals, because these animals are all abused. Everything that you eat is abused. There's no such thing as humane slaughter. Humane slaughter is bullshit. Humane slaughter is complete bullshit. And so, if you're, I was You can't love meat and hate animal abuse. You're participating in it. I'm sorry, and if you're a supporter, I'm just trying to give you the honest opinion. You can't hate meat. You can't love meat and hate animal abuse. Eating meat is animal abuse. You know what? Just because you bought meat from a local butcher, do you think those animals aren't tortured? You think those animals aren't tortured? That's like confusing to me. You can't love animals and eat it too. It sucks because, no, and like I said, you don't have to be vegan to follow us and so, but in these situations, I'm grieving for the fact that this animal was being raised for meat and it didn't matter. This is just pure honesty. I'm not trying to shit on your beliefs, but you have to understand everything you eat. If and again, I have people dropping off like crazy right now because it's just the truth. And, and I'm only talking about this because I get everybody's on a journey, and I'm happy to help people, with their journey into stop eating animals. But my ultimate goal for doing this is to have people stop eating animals. And I know I'm pissing people off, but I have to be honest with you. I went through, this is traumatic for me. I was invested mentally and physically in my emotions in this animal, in this pig. You know, I was fully, you know, no, you can't love an animal and eat it too. Please, you're wrong. I'm sorry, Philip, you're wrong. You cannot love an animal and eat it. You can't. That's just such a crazy thought to me. Like, I know you try to justify it to yourself, and that's your thing, but you can't love an animal and eat it too. It's just not a thing. It really's not, you know? And again, I'm going to lose followers. I'm going to lose Patreons. I'm going to lose all this. But the reason I do this is not for, you know, this is my main goal is to tell you, to show you guys these animals are individuals and want to live. You know, the animals want to live, and I'm not apologizing for the way I'm speaking, because I still have to, you know, we still need support, and we need everybody's support. And I support people's journey as long as you're open and willing to hear what I have to say. You know, I'm just explaining to you what happens. And, you know, everybody's, honestly, I don't care. You know, you don't think this is going to convince folks. I'm sorry that I'm upset. I'm not sorry I'm upsetting you. You know, I'm just trying to tell the story, and I'm going through something with what happens, and, you know, where someone just, and what's confusing to me, and this is confusing to me, and I have to be honest, so if you want to hear it, you just, you know, this animal senselessly died last night. And people are watching it and they're so sad, but they're eating meat. They're eating a bacon sandwich and not associating that piece of bacon with an animal that lived for 6 months, that had the capability of love and compassion and loved their family and had a mother that she loved or he loved. And then they got killed so you can have a couple seconds of bacon on your mouth, you know? And that's where I'm trying to explain to everybody, like, you can't sit there and be upset when an animal dies, like, and it's like, and I guess I have to just talk about a lot of things, like, and this is what we're here for. We're here for education. And so that you can see these stories, and maybe each one of these stories helps you stop eating less meat. And this is what I'm trying to talk about. You know, I know, you know, everybody's on a journey, and I'm not condemning anybody in any way, shape, or form. I'm trying to educate you on the how it's hard for me to believe someone's upset about the situation that happened last night when you had a bacon, egg, and cheese for breakfast. And you could have saved so much more lives by just not having that bacon, egg, and cheese for breakfast, where I was driving 16 hours, spending thousands of dollars to save this one animal's life that I felt needed the break and needed the chance to live. So you could have saved a lot more animals by just skipping your bacon that morning than me driving, you know, 16 hours, flying 6 hours, you know, spending thousands of dollars. All you did was not have your 99-cent bacon, egg, and cheese at McDonald's this morning. And you would have been on your way to saving more animals than I can ever do in a lifetime. You know what I mean? No, I don't want to lose patrons either, but it's about education for me. And I'm sure I'm going to lose patrons, and I'm sure I'll lose people. But I just need to, this is here for me to educate. And I want to explain, like, the connection and the disconnection, you know? You know, this is about the connection and the disconnection, and that's what it is. I am absolutely devastated. I was a zombie all day. You know, I've been struggling all day because I worked so hard for this animal's life, mentally, physically, and And that's what I'm here for. I'm not shaming anybody, but I'm explaining the fact that you can't be that upset over the situation if you had a bacon, egg, and cheese for breakfast. You can't. You know what I mean? And that's all I'm explaining to you. It's you can't be that upset at the situation. Maybe you feel my pain, and that's great. What do you want, baby girl? Are you okay? I know you're my girl, right? We're good. You're my girl. You know, and I see people dropping off like crazy. No, we're not shaming you, but I'm just trying to explain my emotions. And you know, I'm making this a little selfish. And I see Facebook is dropping like flies. Like I'm getting a lot of people dropping off. But again, I'm losing patrons. I know it. I could see I'm losing patrons. But that's fine. But I just need to. I was gutted. I never even met this baby girl. And what I do here is about education. And I need to educate people about what happens out there. Because, you know, the thing is, you're marketed to, and you're marketed that, you know, oh my God. And this is what you're marketed to, that these animals are raised on this pasture. And they're super happy, and then they're going to the slaughterhouse, and they dance in the slaughterhouse like, yay, we're going to be bacon, we're going to be bacon. You know, it was funny. I saw a meme the other day. Do you remember this little piggy, this little piggy, this little piggy? You know, so, and as kids, you learn, like, what about this little piggy goes here, this little piggy goes there. And this is how we start early on brainwashing people. This little piggy went to the market. He was going to get killed at the market. I found that out the other day, and I thought the little piggy's going shopping. But this little piggy was going to market to get killed. So as babies, we are brainwashed into that the piggies, hey, I'm just going, you know, you're my little fat toes, and we're going on my little fat toes. And the little piggy was going to market to get killed, and we're learning that as babies. As babies, that was normal for us the piggies going to market. And I was like blown away, man. You know, I was like, holy crap. This little piggy going to market is going to get killed. I'm like, holy crap. You know, I remember my mom doing it on my fat toes, you know, and tickling me, and, you know, and you're like, oh, that's so cute, you know? And so, and that's why I'm saying, like, this is what we need to just educate. And, you know, I'm open to talking to any meat eater about this. And people are going to justify their behavior as much as they want to justify their behavior. But I'm here to educate. I'm here to show the personalities. I'm here to show Faye. You know, Faye, you know, is 5.5 years old. 5.5 years old. She would have died 4.5 years old. She would have died 4 years ago. 4 years ago. And look at her beautiful life. You got Carl, who's 13 years old. 13 years old. Thank you so much. Carl's 13 years old. They at 10 years old, he was the male at a breeding facility, and they were going to kill him. They didn't care. Used and abused, dumped out. So all I'm doing is trying to educate. And I'm educating through my emotions right now because I am devastated. I am gutted. I woke up with the worst feeling. I bawled my eyes out when I found out Jay Lee died. I was like, I gave her a name. She never had a name before. I gave her a name. This guy threw her in for 3 years in solitary confinement, and he stopped giving her water because she was dumping it over. That's what pigs do. They dump over water, you know? They dump over water, they play in it, they roll in it. It's how they cool. And this is Alabama. So she was in a metal oven for 3 years alone. Pigs are smart. It was like crazy. Pigs are smart, man. They freaking sat there just by themselves for 3 years. Imagine, with doing nothing wrong but getting attacked by a dog. So she had a whole shoulder injury, and she was blind too. And so she had to recover from an injury by herself. It was so horrible. And I'm sure I'm going to get crazy messages from people being so mad at me, but I have to tell the story, and I have to tell you the emotions that I go through, and I have to tell you how I feel, or you're not going to understand. I don't want you to think that there's pigs and cows dancing in the slaughterhouses so happy to become hamburgers, hot dogs, and bacon and pork chops. They don't want to die, man. They don't want to die. Like you don't want to die. I don't want to die. They don't want to die. So I'm just trying to educate. And, if I have to lose Patreons and like I said, times are tough. I paid for this rescue out of my pocket personally because I didn't want to stress out the sanctuary. So that's fine. If I have to start getting jobs at night to support the sanctuary, I will. But I need to continue educating. I need to continue explaining what happened so you know. And what I always tell people, and my mother used to tell this to me, is people don't know until they know. So once I teach you, then you have the chance to make that decision. Because, most people think that their bacon comes from the grocery store, their bacon comes from the kitchen. They don't know what goes into that. Thank you, Barbara. No, I definitely lost some. But, so I'm just trying to explain to people like this. And so if you guys have questions, I'm always opening. I'm always willing to talk to people. But the thing is, you don't know until you know. But when you know, then you have a decision to make. And the decision, you got to pick compassion, You don't have to, but if you want to open your eyes and you got to pick compassion, So, I appreciate you guys listening to me. I don't have any more tears to cry right now. I have no more tears to cry. I don't. My chest is heavy, my heart is sad, and I don't know. She was so a part of my soul already. So it is what it is. I'm happy to answer questions right now about anything. I'm open to anything. Like I said, I need to, there's a lot of places that stay silent because we need to raise money and we can't alienate people. But today was not the day for me. Today was the day that I needed to speak my mind. And I had to risk losing patrons to make my heart feel better. And so I'm here to educate. So please, happy to hear anybody that has questions. Yeah, I'm happy to answer questions and talk about the situation. It's funny because I had this whole life pictured, and it's weird because I say for us, I was going to drive 16 hours, and I just thought about the music we were going to listen to, and I was getting blankets in Alabama so I can sleep next to her. Thank you, Nissa. They just did it because they wanted to do it. That's just what they do, so I literally. No, but you know what? Here's the thing. And someone said this, and this is why I don't fight the situation. Someone says, why didn't they just slaughter her? And you know what? You're right. You're right. And this is going to shock people. Someone just said, why didn't they just slaughter her? And you know what? You're right. Sometimes the most humane thing is to die a quicker death. That's the thing. Why I don't support... It would have been so much better for her to be euthanized or them to slaughter her 3 years ago. 3 years ago, if she died, that would have ended 3 years of suffering. They did give her fluids, but once you're dehydrated, you're dehydrated. It takes a while to come back. So that's, and I think it's pretty, people are going to be pretty surprised for me to say that. And we also talk about sometimes the most humane rescue is euthanasia. Sometimes an animal needs to die, you know? I don't know what that means, I'm sorry. There's no cruelty charges. We treat animals like this every day. This was not illegal. What is illegal about it? People eat meat all the time. They raise their backyard, their bacon. You think pigs that are raised in a backyard person or a local place are raised well? Do you think they're in pastures like this? No, they're in warehouses. You know, it's not only Alabama doesn't care. No state cares. The animals don't have rights. Yes, death is not always the worst option, you know. Why have her suffer for 3 years? But, you know, she knew love for a couple hours, and that's what she knows. But, you know, there's a thing, you know, you're right, ignorance is bliss. But if you think that, you know, your farm-to-table place is raising these animals like Arthur's Acres, because people will say, oh, you know, I never see pigs in a pasture like that, because the pigs you eat are not raised in a pasture. Oh, my God, I looked up on Craigslist the other day in the middle of the night. That was the worst thing I've ever... Don't go on She died. She died last night. She died of dehydration last night. Well, that's right. How many other Sullys or Jay Lees or Katniss Prim-and-Ruse are locked in stalls somewhere just suffering for years and years and years? You know, years and years and years. We don't even know about these animals. When I go on these back roads on these rescues, when I went with the goats, I saw such horrific things in people's backyards that people just don't care. You know, the goats were soaking wet. They were shivering when I rescued the goats. And that was just a place that thought that, and they weren't even trying to eat them. And Louis was in someone's living room. You know, Louis was fed till he died. I'm just reading comments, I'm sorry. But I'm gonna educate, and I'm gonna educate till I have no more breath. I'm so passionate about this. This is what I was born to do, and I just have to educate. And I'm not gonna shame people. I'm not out there to shame people. So if you're taking this as shame, I that's not my intention, is to shame you. I'm here to educate you and then let you know. And then once you know, you can make your own decision. And I'm happy to have you come here, sit down, have a conversation, meet these animals, because there's no one that ever enters this property that doesn't leave different. There's no one that comes to this property, whether you're a meat eater, vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, whatever you want to call yourself, that doesn't meet these animals, that doesn't change in a certain way. And so I am happy to invite you to this property to meet these animals and have a discussion. So anybody that disagrees, with me, I'm happy to educate. I'm happy to have discussions and long-term discussions. That's what I'm here for. That's why I did what I did. That's what I've dedicated my life to. But if you feel like you want to come here and sit down and discuss it with me, and you're willing to have a real conversation about how your meat is raised, let's have that conversation, you know? But there's no one that enters my property that doesn't change. You know, there's no one that enters this property that doesn't change the way they eat. It's a fact. I'm just reading so. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, I get messages all the time when they visited, and you know, we this is why I do what I do. I do what I do to educate. If you don't like the way I'm educating, you know, then there's other ways to get educated. Or if you just don't want to know, you don't want to know, and that's what you have to do, you know. But I'm happy to help anybody transition. I'm happy to help discuss anything with anybody. You know, that's why I'm here. That's what I do. You know, trying to you know, opening up a sanctuary is like trying to empty the ocean with a spoon. And you know why I'm not going to change everybody's ideas? I can try. And I'm not going to give up trying. You know, and I have discussions with people, and people are going to try to justify their behavior. You know, someone called me and they said, you know, I can't go vegan. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, okay, whatever, man. I know my audience. I know the people that are in front of me. And I talk to people that are in front of me different ways because I have to find a way to get through to people. You know, so I don't apologize for speaking. I do apologize if you feel alienated and you don't like the way I educate, and I'm happy to find a different way to educate you and talk to you about this because I don't want to alienate people. I want to have a continuing conversation. I don't want this conversation to stop. As long as we're talking about it, then it means you're open to changing your mind. So let's talk about this all the time because you're not going to sit in front of me and eat meat. So that's more time for you not eating meat. So I'm happy to talk to anybody about it anytime because I'm so passionate about this and I love this. Thank you, Brittany. So I'm sorry if you decide that you need to support someone else or another sanctuary that doesn't promote veganism or explain why. You know, that's happy. Go support someone. That's great. As long as you're supporting the animals, that's awesome, you know. But by supporting a sanctuary and still eating meat, you're not erasing the damage you're doing, you know. Thank you. You're not erasing the damage you're doing. So by giving you a sanctuary, that's not giving you a pass to eat meat. It's really not. It's awesome that you support a sanctuary, but there's no offset because I give $10 a month doesn't mean I can still eat meat and feel good about it. You know, don't use that as a pass, man. Don't use that as a pat. You have to know your audience, man. You got to know your audience. You have to know who you're not going to, you know, don't, sometimes you just have to give up and walk away and move on to the next person. What's up, Brian? What's going on? So, does anybody have any questions? Katniss, what do you do? Oh, is that your hands? Oh no, look at this. Look at this. She's kissing her man. They are in so much freaking love. It's awesome. Look at this love affair. It's so cute. It's so cute. So my rant and story is over. I'm happy to answer any questions and make you smile. I just needed to get that off my chest and know that Jay Lee didn't die in vain. So hopefully someone goes vegan because of Jay Lee, or stops eating meat because of Jay Lee, or takes a step in the right directions and goes meatless one day of the week. You know, it's not, you don't need to change everything this second, but you need to work towards it. You know, if you love the story and the story hit you hard, then you need to think about why that story, count us about 8, why the story hit you so hard. Because if the story of Jay Lee hit you hard, you need to think in yourself, why'd that story hit me so hard? Okay, so because I made you listen to all my my sadness, and oh no, here we go. You guys, this is her like 6th bucket of the day. Oh, this is Faye. This isn't even Vivian. This is Faye. Hi, Faye. I'm not taking it from you, Faye. I'm just exhausted. So, I will repost this. So it is Compassion Hill Barn. So I did so because I guess it's a good day to celebrate Jay Lee's life, and so what, I don't even know, Kevin. We used purple carrot. That was great. So you could buy bowls on our wish list. We still have bowls on our wish list. So I did. I know it was you lost the vote. I think Todd voted you out. Todd 2 voted you out. So it's Compassion Hill Barn. I'm waiting for the sign to come in. It's Compassion Hill Barn. I chose it myself. I loved it. It's Compassion Hill Barn. I just love that it's on a hill. I have a sign that's going to overlook here. It's Compassion Hill. It's, I guess it's fitting that we announce the name for Jay Lee. And so yeah, Compassion Hill. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm pretty proud of it. What do you guys think? Compassion Hill Barn. It's cool, right? I'm very proud of it. Yeah, you can buy bowls in memory of Jay Lee. So yeah, so I am. Hi, Hansi. I'm gonna give, me and Faye got into a fight before, so I gotta give Faye some nanners. So it's Compassion Hill. I'm waiting for the sign to come in, and it was awesome. I loved it, and it just, you know, it was I know everybody had great names, and I know that Brian wanted it. You know, Brian's Palace, or Brian is a legend. Palace. Faye. Me and Faye got into a fight before because she was being a dick. Come here, Faye. Oh, you're Vivian. Where the hell's Faye? Oh, shit. Oh, no. Wait. I know, Max. Faye, come here. I'm sorry. We got into a fight before. There you go. Yeah, isn't Compassion Hill awesome? I love it so much. Right? Compassion Hill. I don't have anything for him. I gotta get more bananas. You know, I was gonna have a big rollout and post about it, and I just had to kind of add some happiness to. You are a legend, Brian. A legend in your own mind. Of course, you're a legend in your own mind. We'll get you a plaque, Brian. A plaque is coming. As soon as you finish a couple of those jobs, as soon as the electric's done, we'll put a plaque in there, I promise. Whoever wants to live in the barn. I'm just gonna put Brian's barn, a legend in his own mind. How's that? Brian's barn, a legend in his own mind. Thank you, Michael. Happy birthday again, Michael. Love you. I don't think I can pull off a bikini like you can, Michael, but that's awesome. Yeah, I just thought, you know, I got you can't have one. You're too fat. Okay, there you go. Faye, you need another one? Prim. It's my last one. Here you go, Prim. So I love you all for all your support. I really do. You know, I needed to talk about the situation, and I needed to get off my chest. In no way, shape, or form was my intention to alienate or insult people, but I needed to tell the truth, and I'm going to continue to tell the truth. And I love how you all support me, and I appreciate it. So I am wearing my Mikey. Look, I forgot. I'm wearing my Mikey sweatshirt today. Isn't this great? These may look a little weird. I don't know if I'm going to get comments about the dingle dangles. The dingle dangles may get a little comments on there, though. Yeah, my chest is super heavy today, you know. Oh, is Carl leaving? Carl might be leaving Katniss. Just so you know, there's probably only 20 calendars left. There's probably only 20 calendars left. They are available on our website. There are probably only 20 calendars left. I don't know the situation if we're going to reorder because of how many we ordered. I know, Brian, I agree. So you better get here this weekend. Just trying to breathe a little. It's a rough 24. And the thing is, for me, what's so weird about everything is that my plans, you know, for the next 3 days were crazy. So for me, or, you know, I was literally, I have Christina filled the bag full of snacks for me so I didn't go hungry. And, you know, I was thinking about the music and the electronics. And so in my head, I keep thinking like, oh, I got to go do that. And I thought like, the calendars aren't shipping for like a week. So I was like, I keep forgetting that I'm not going to Alabama. I don't know. Like, I keep forgetting that I'm not going to Alabama. So I keep like, oh, I got to get this done because I'm going to Alabama. I got to do this because I'm going to Alabama. Katniss is down here. Katniss left too. What are you doing, Katniss? No, the refund, I lost 700 and some odd dollars for the plane ticket. I don't even care. I got a refund on the van. I got a refund on the hotel, like with the $25 penalty. So it cost me about $750, but I'm not thinking about it. I don't care right now. I have to move on. It's not something I can dwell on. It is what it is. Yeah, I don't even care. I just don't want to get any more alerts from the plane. Like, oh, your reservation has changed. I keep getting, so I got to call the airline to see if anything to do. I don't think there is, but it is what it is. I don't think they'll give me a fight crash. I don't even know. I got to call up later. I was in no mood to call or talk to anybody because if it didn't go my way, I might be a little cranky. Christina, I forgot. Katniss is down here. She's trying to get an ISO. It's ridiculous. She's like trying to break the gate. She was laying in the new barn with Carl. I don't know if they will because I didn't call before the flight. Like the flight. Thank you for peeing, Cinderella. That's a beautiful piece, Cinderella. There we go. She does want her TV. I guess I don't know. Even if I missed the flight and I didn't call before the flight. No, I can. Then I got it, but then I got to go to Florida. But then I have to go to Florida. The hotel, which is a $20 fee, was the easiest. The van rental was super easy. So it was pretty easy. I got to deal with. It sounds silly, and I'm not like whatever. I just wasn't worried about the situation. I just wanted to get everything. Forget it. Exactly, Kevin. Freaking exactly, Kevin. I booked it through my American Express, and I converted points to my. I don't know what I did with it. I was in such a. There was only one ticket left, so I converted points or money to points or something. It was American Airlines, I think, or United. I don't remember. I have to look it up. My lip's a little swollen today, but it's definitely better. It's scabbing up. Hi, Katniss. What you doing, baby girl? What you doing, baby girl? What are you doing, baby girl? I don't have anything in the house to give you. Do I have cookies? I got no cookies. I got no cookies. I gotta feed the birdie birds. Oh, thank you. But I don't know because it's American Express. I don't know. Oh, really? I'll have to look. Erica just messaged me. She hasn't messaged me. Did Wilbur go to bed? Were the chickens in bed, Todd?
Yeah.
Okay, they didn't eat yet, so we have to get them out. Brutus is in the barn. I think they're all in the barn. I don't know who's inside the house right now. Wilbur. Wilbur's sleeping. Look at Wilbur. Hi, Wilbur. Hi, Wilbur. Wilbur's sleeping. Hold on, let me put the light on. No, I got him outside because the big boy's going to get up and try to eat him. Hi, Mr. Wilbur. You have a really hard knock life there, Wilbur. There's Wilbur. Wilbur's got a really hard life. He was having a little latte. Wilbur's eating his latte. He's trying to get his latte. And there's Mama. Hi, Mama. This is weird because, this is what Christina was packing me, some nuts. I had to bring my stomach medication, my ear pods, and I brought the helmet light. I was getting all prepared. Sorry, I gotta feed the chickens, so I forgot. Are they both outside?
Yeah.
Hi, Mama. Hi, Mama. Hi, Hobby. You want to see some craziness with some chickens being crazy? You guys want some chicken food? You want some chicken food? Are your market set? Go, ah! We just showed Cinderella about 8 seconds ago. She is on every live, I promise. And she lives with the littles. Oh, the kettle? Oh my God, that's so. Shush your face. Shush your face. So I will be shipping out everybody's books, calendars, and everything tomorrow. Oh, the kettle? We literally have if there's something made for a pig, we got it. I got pig chip clips. So we got pig chip clips. We literally have everything pig all the time. A pig sponge holder, a pig brush to wash your dishes with, literally everything pig. I don't know, like every drawer, there's another piggy chip clip. Like everything that's pig, we got. I'm telling you. There was a pig paper towel holder. Here's a little kitty boo boo. Yeah, if it has a pig on it, YouTube's gonna die because of the battery. So I'm gonna say bye YouTube. Bye YouTube. Peace, love, and pigs.